August. How are you today? We are back with our 5th episode. And yes, I'm in pink. My hair is messy. And Hope is hangover.
I'm not hungover. I've just got like a pizza hangover. And I'm also tired. And I'm also achy. But I'm really pleased to be here. I can't laugh.
What's up with your boobs?
Wait, everything aches, Agnes. I done this like boxing class the other day, like on YouTube. There was like a hit boxing workout. And it was like hard, like hardcore. Like even when it was like doing the breaks, you still had to do something like all like this. And now I'm aching so badly. But not as bad as you last night.
Oh my God.
Tell everyone what happened.
Well, I was at work, and I was working on the upstairs area, not really behind the bar. So the place where I'm working is like a restaurant, a kitchen and the bar place. And on the second floor, we have ping pong table, beer pong, karaoke, and some pool tables, and obviously a bar. And because the bar was so busy, I went to help around the bar. So I jumped behind the bar, I did the rumbles, and then on my way out from the bar, I fell over. But it was painful. And I got so wet.
It looked really painful. Like you literally fell on your tailbone.
Ow, yeah.
You didn't fall over like, woo, trippy trip. It was
yeah.
Our first story from Agnes is
McDonald's.
McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut. What do you order from McDonald's when you go?
Big Mac.
Do you?
Or
with gherkins?
Yeah, and I love gherkins.
Have you ever had a fillet fish?
Oh yes,
very nice.
James Osden. He's an animal rebellion spokesman, and then they organized. I wanted to say rebellion. I'm not in my wood. Okay,
just
from the fucking hell. Okay, from the beginning. Again,
I told you this episode is going to be a train wreck. I'm telling you.
Shut up. Let me speak. McDonald's, yeah. Animal rights protesters have set up blockers with trucks and bamboo structures at 4 McDonald's distribution centers across the whole Britain. And they're
the whole pretense? The whole where?
In Britain. It wasn't only just in London or something. It was like, and then calling out the animal agriculture industry for its part in the global climate crisis. To be honest, I have no idea what's the thing between the global climate crisis and then us eating meat.
Well, a big thing is because for farming of meat, lots of natural kind of space and wildlife and like natural grasses and things get completely ripped out so they can have like just a field for the animals. So the more animals that we eat, the higher the demand. So the more natural fields are going to be replaced by just loads of cows and sheep and what have you. For example, cutting down trees. If there was a forest and they wanted to have more cows, they would cut down all the trees, which would obviously not be good for oxygen or CO2 going into the atmosphere, and then put loads of cows there who then produce methane from their asses, which then is also going in the atmosphere. That's how I understand it.
Lovely.
I could be wrong.
Do you think that becoming a vegetarian, that's how humanity should evolve? Like, okay, we are evolving, keep evolving, but is that the next step? Like everybody goes vegetarian?
That's really interesting, actually. I think you're always gonna get people who aren't gonna do that. But vegetarian food is healthy for you, and if it's gonna help the planet, then why wouldn't you? If you don't mind eating it, like I eat a lot of vegetarian food.
Oh yeah, but you eat meat as well. Would you rather become a vegetarian or a vegan, or would you just take a pill which gonna stop you being hungry for a week time, or would you just eat meat like your chickens with broccoli and with mayo?
I would go for the vegetarian option because the thing is, I like eating vegetarian food. The difficult thing is because I'm maybe it's because I'm from a family where a lot of the meals that I grew up on were meat. It's hard for me to think of vegetarian meals. Do you know what I mean? What about you? I feel like I could do without meat, to be honest.
I would hate to stop eating meat or fish. Oh, no way. Or egg and milk. I can't drink my coffee without a proper milk. You know, I do understand vegetarians and then vegans, and they keep going to protest. But is there any point? I mean, why the meat eaters aren't going to do protesting? Like, yeah, do more meat, do more meat, do more meat. I mean, okay, that's your stuff. Stick with it, and then just leave the rest to be it. Don't try to change them.
It's because one person trying to be a vegetarian or vegan to help the planet is not going to really have an impact. Obviously, it's great if someone wants to do that and that's them taking it in control of their own hands. But of course, they're going to protest, because the more people that follow in their lead and the more people who are educated about what eating meat does, then the better the outcome will be. Whereas meat eaters are just kind of thinking, well, these little hipsters coming in here with a veganism, well, they're not going to get any far. Do you know what I mean? Plus, if you're and also you said, what's the point? Why is there point in protesting? Well, you could say that about anything. If you believe in something, then you will protest about it because you want to do anything that you can to help.
Why McDonald's?
I don't know what they do with them beef. Beefy.
Well, do you know that actually? Well, I read it, so I don't know. It's not coming from my brain. As eating meat, it does slowing aging.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, get me some beef. I'm going to slap it on the face. Story number 2, Prince Harry is in the news again. You may have heard that Princess Diana's interview with BBC from back in the day has been investigated. I'm not going to talk about that in detail today because I haven't researched it, so I don't want to give any false information. But what I do know is that Prince Harry has released or started to release a mini-series with Oprah Winfrey all about mental health.
It was so long time ago. Oh.
I know, and I was speaking to my friend the other day and they were like, it's annoying that the BBC are like being dragged through the mud for this because it was years ago and they've made so many changes. So why they're bringing things up. But yeah, if it's had an impact on her mental health and her son wants to kind of speak about it and put BBC or whoever on blast. I mean, I don't know too much about it, so I don't want to go in detail, but I mean, you would, wouldn't you? If your mum was impacted or you were impacted, then it wouldn't matter how much time had passed, that pain would still be there. You'd still want some kind of justice.
Yeah, for sure. But how old was he when her mum died?
You know, little.
Well, most probably it's difficult to grow up without a mom, but still, you don't remember your mom at all.
Agnes!
I'm sorry.
I'm sure actually the fact that his mum died when he was younger has made it more traumatic than if he was a grown man. I'm sure he remembers her. Do
you remember anything from your young age?
If your mum died in a traumatic way, you'd remember that. If your mum died, died in a plane crash, didn't she? If your mum died in a plane crash when you were like 6 or 5 or 4, you'd remember that. Because you'd be like, oh.
Who died in a plane crash?
Princess Diana, I think. Did she not? Did she not? Did she not?
She is English.
How did she die?
Didn't she die in a car crash in a tunnel?
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Shame on you.
Just because I'm English doesn't mean I like the royal family, okay? Shut up. I like being the clever one on the podcast. I wanted to kind of go along I wanted to go along the line of thought about mental health. Have you ever had any mental health situations in your life?
I don't know, I guess. You know, this thing is so funny. Like when you have pain in your chest, like for a long time, yeah, you start to think that, oh my God, I'm sick. I'm having, I don't know, the worst worst thing ever, like I'm sick, or when you have pain in your you have a headache and then it's ongoing thing, you're gonna start to think that you have fucking brain cancer. But then with this one, like with mental
health problems.
Thank you, mental health. Yeah. It's for me, it's different, when I'm down or when I'm up or when I'm sad or when I'm angry or when I'm down again. And I start to think like maybe I'm just depressed or something, or maybe I'm bipolar. Then I'm gonna keep telling to myself, no, I'm fine. I don't have nothing.
So you're saying that if it's a physical problem, you're more likely to get it checked out or to pay attention to it than if it's in your mind. And if it's in your mind, if it's like a mood thing, you'll probably be like, oh, I'll get over it. I'm fine.
No, so I literally wanted to say with this and that, whenever I have like whatever problem, whenever my ass hurts, I'm gonna be like, oh, I broke my ass. But what, like with mental health, I would be like, oh, I'm fine. It's just a life. Oh, I'm fine. It's just a life.
Do you think that's because there's more shame or embarrassment in admitting that you've got something wrong with your mental health? Whereas if you said I broke my ass, for example, like you said, people would be like, find it funny, but also it wouldn't be judged because that's a physical thing. You're in pain, but no one can see what's going on in your head.
Things like you're trying to push back and that do not upset, not notify this one. So not put it on the board like, yes, you're fucking sick. So you just keep trying to say, no, you're not, because you're not.
And is that
you're
because
trying not to?
And is that because it's more scary?
I don't know. I speak bullshit today, isn't it? Like a lot of bullshit.
No, but what you're saying some really good things. We're just trying to understand what you're saying.
Well, I don't understand either.
So why would you be more likely to talk about a pain in your butt than your mind?
Because that's physical. Because that I can actually feel it. But when I'm sad or when I'm down and I'm crying, for example, I cannot say straight away that, oh, shit, I'm bipolar or I'm depressed or I have some mental issues. But I would just say is, oh, well, it's the life.
I get what you're saying. As someone who has experienced depression, albeit minorly, when you're in that state, that's not the case. It's like, from my experience, there's been times where I've been so down, but there is no reason. Everything is fine in life and you actually can't, there's no reason why you feel that way, but you just can't lift yourself back up. And it's awful because you just feel like you're in this dark cloud and you just can't get out of it. And there's nothing wrong.
Just to make a point, I'm not saying that mental issues aren't existing, because they are. But with this one, I just wanted to make sure that I'm telling you my point of view, that we can't really decide when you are actually in depression and when you are not. So yeah, but maybe we can. I don't know.
I get what you're saying, but also as someone who's been through that, I think when you've experienced it, how I have, then you understand the difference.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Prince Harry. Do you think it's good that he's continuing to talk about the royal family? He has said that he felt really kind of anxious and scared, frightened about going to his grandfather's funeral. He said that Princess Diana once said that how I have suffered, my sons will suffer too. So he's very much talking about the royal family still in this kind of negative connotation. Perhaps it's true, perhaps it's not true, but do you think that's okay for him to do that?
No. It's his own family, no matter what they said. He done the first episode with Oprah, yeah? Okay, he had to say his pain, what happened, yada, yada, yada. Okay, then stop. Just stop. It's your family. Just stop. And then that's it. And then if he's in pain and then he's still traumatized, then don't go to Oprah. He's not going to sort you out, man.
That's something that some people have said. A writer called Robert Taylor, he said that he'd be wise to go off quietly and use his vast wealth to get the mental health support he needs away from the glare of the cameras.
There you go.
But he might be trying to spread awareness for other people Or he could be doing it to make an income. I don't know. I would like to think it was the one where it's like, let's help other people, because Megan's very much like that. She's a campaigner and things. She's done a lot of good work, and so is he. So I would think that it's because of that reason rather than anything kind of monetary or malicious or...
Okay, the next story. What should you not wear after 50?
Ooh, why are you saying this?
Because I'm getting close to 50. So Amanda Holden, I'm pretty sure everybody knows her. She was posed in a really tiny Union check mini dress on Friday night, and it was a really mini one. It was a very, very mini one. I swear on my life, I love dresses. I love mini skirts. But then even when I was younger, I have never, ever, ever, never, ever in my whole life had a dress like hers, like so many, like really so many.
I prefer a midi or a long dress because I know what legs I've got.
So what do you think? I think,
who fucking cares? Wear what you want. You're gonna die. Yeah. You're gonna die one day. Who cares? People are gonna judge you whether you're doing good, whether you're doing bad, whether you've got a bag on your head, whether you're wearing a mini dress. Do what you want and do what makes you happy, and fuck everyone else.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm glad we're on agreement with something.
Oh yeah, finally.
No, I think wear what you want, and that applies to everything in life. Just do what you want. Do what makes you happy, because
eat meat.
I mean, as long as you're not harming, as long as you're not doing things that's going to hurt other people. I'm talking to you. If you're a serial killer, don't do what you want.
Yeah. Right.
Can I just say, apologies for the shitness of my stories this week. Clearly, you can tell from my face that I'm not very awake or alert. And my last story is about...
1 second. Well, by the way, I have makeup and my hair is done. So, yeah.
Would you like a medal? Anyway, my story. Saturday this week was Caturday. It's a day to celebrate cats. Agnes, do you like cats?
No. What did you?
Me neither. Actually, it's a lie. I went to my friend's house the other week, right? And they've got a cat. It's not really their cat. They've been looking after someone else's cat for about 2 years now. So it's basically their cat. Anyway, when I first got there, I don't really like animals, and I don't like animals when they're like jumpy or they're speedy or they can bite or scratch. I don't like it, right? I don't like it. When I was a kid, if I went to a farm, I would be throwing the food at the llamas or the sheep, not doing the old. Anyway, so I was scared of their cat, and it kept jumping on the sofa, it kept coming near me. But by the end of the weekend, me and that cat were best buds.
I'm not a doggy person, but I would not get a dog neither.
Do you like big dogs or little dogs?
I love dogs. I love the French bulldogs. They look so cute.
Little dogs are like more yappy, aren't they?
I knew that. I didn't even need to ask. You just like big things. Big things. Big things. I had one dog long time ago.
Did you?
It was a family's dog, yeah.
What's it called?
It was very, very bitsy.
I used to have a cat growing up called Herbie.
So apparently your porn star name, it's your first pet's name and your mother's maiden name. So what's your porn star name?
Mine would be Herbie Lord.
Your mom's maiden name was Lord.
Yeah.
It's a pitsy girl.
That's quite good. I had a guinea pig. I had a guinea pig called Angel, and I had a rabbit called Princess, and I also had another guinea pig a few years later called Miranda.
The guinea pigs are the big ones, or
guinea pigs?
The guinea pigs are the big ones or the small ones?
Guinea pig is like this big.
Okay.
Like a little snout and like little tiny ears.
Yeah. So I got one of those like when I was like younger. Well, whatever, not really younger, but like 14, 15, something like that. And I loved him. It was so cute. And very friendly. And I remember we had to remove everything from the house from inside because we were painting the walls, and it was summertime. And then we put him outside, on the terrace. And then obviously the day after that, or after like 2 days, the poor thing died.
Why?
Because of the weather, because it was so fucking hot outside. It was like 40 degrees.
Poor fucking thing. Right, I need to go get my hair done. Should we say goodbye?
Bye.
Make sure you comment and subscribe if you want.
Don't break your butt.
Love
Lovely.
you.
Love you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Love you. Bye. See you next week. Bye-bye.
You're a bit like Cardi B.
Why?
Can you go?
A quack.